Hello, everyone. Now, when last we left off, we were talking to Diedrich, and he were asking Bigman Dan about his backstory, and we kind of gave non-committal, vague answers. At the time, I hadn't really decided. Didn't really want to. I don't know. Couldn't really think on my feet fast enough to work anything out there. But we should still think about what Bigman Dan's backstory could be. Clearly, something happened in his past that led him to this point. Something he doesn't want to talk about. Just something to be thinking about as we continue. We also met this cool dog. And we were just leaving. I believe this is kind of a hub area, from what I remember. This man stood closest to us, so let's talk to him first. Okay, it wasn't. It's not even a him. Wasn't letting me talk to her. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. I am not going to impersonate this voice. Welcome to the data heaven. Can I help you with something? Well, we hate technology. We don't want anything to do with this. We know that about Bigman Dan, at least. He doesn't want anything to do with any fancy robotics. Only thing he hates as much as robot stuff is magic stuff. Basically anything to do with the setting. Okay, we're talking to this man now. They all dwarves, so is Bigman Dan just very tall? Possibly both. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar, dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for Psychaf, yes? Every day is a fine day. From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his Psychaf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently, he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altug, mein Freund. You are as quick-witted and as sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you'd first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you'll be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You've approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? We can say, something bad's gonna happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. But I don't think that's quite the temperament we're going for. I guess we'll engage here. Why did you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Gottfried raises his Psychaf cup in salute, and thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altug? 2 years of Psychaf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy. And Altug makes money. An ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. Altug is the guy we're after, right? I didn't mean to find him this fast. Just happened to be where we were going. The special today is a caramel Psychaf. The man behind the counter looks right past you at the dog following close behind. Dante! I'll fetch his water dish, and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. I've heard good things about the soy calf. The Turk looks quite disgusted. Very well. A soy calf. He tisks to himself. Let's talk to him and try and get the words that we're supposed to be having to come out. Alright, he wanted coffee. He wanted to sell us coffee. I understand. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Ansel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. I'm just reading these. They're quite long this time. I like the top one. He tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now. Her Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Yes, yes, of course, a wise one. Cammy, come. A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Barak Ghazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I'll see to it right away. Cammy offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Cammy is arranging to make contact with the chief as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chief is a busy man. Chef. My chef is a busy man. These are new glasses today. While we wait, I wonder if you'd be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed even to ask. But I would be most appreciative of your help. What do you want me to do, Altug? Altug's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I've installed a number of data taps in Berlin's fiber optic network. It's part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Cruise Bazaar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough? Yes, yes, it's a simple job. Time consuming and a bit tedious perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. First one's just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. I think this is a quest to go have a look at the rest of the area. Yellow box. This one. I assume it's this one. What's this guy's story? Where's he going? Why does he like this Paul so much? Anyway, let's... This looks like a magic thing. We'll investigate. Let's go talk to someone called Absinthe. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green, and she looks up at you. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Hello, and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours, a curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Bigman Dan does not have a lot of willpower, unfortunately, so we only have one option here. Look deeper into her eyes. The golden specks in the elf's eyes shift and swirl, slowly picking up speed. It's mesmerizing. All at once the specks explode into light and colour. Absinthe's eyes now fill your field of vision, and it feels as if you're drowning in an alien sea. The patterns traced by the shimmering specks in her eyes are kaleidoscopic, enchanting, nearly impossible to turn away from. Now we'd need even more willpower to not look. Lose yourself is our only option. We shouldn't have come in this bad magic shop. You are lost. Your entire world has been reduced to a churning vortex of green and gold. Dimly, you become aware that something is happening. You feel your body being buffered by unseen forces. Suddenly, everything goes black. Bigman Dan has looked at an elf and fallen unconscious. Slowly and painfully, you struggle your way back to consciousness. The shop's owner, Algernon, is peering down at you, an expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Oh, good grief. Welcome back, friend. Algernon extends a hand to help you to your feet. Absinthe shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What was that? What happened? My fault, and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional. Yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No harm done. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go stand in the corner for a while. Let's talk to Algernon. Please. Having trouble talking to people today. You only click on them, but sometimes Bigman Dan just walks up to them and stands there. Greetings, young troll. The elf's voice is smooth as silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon, Half-Dream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you'll find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Now tell me, how may I serve you? Let's ask him a question, just to keep the conversation going. We don't want to buy any magic stuff. You are in luck. I have a great many answers. What do we want to know? We could ask what the hell's the deal with the elf lady. Could ask his story. Seems like a pleasant fellow, even if he is one of those wizards I heard about. What's the deal with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She's nobody's assistant, and I am nobody's master. But what about her eyes? He pauses for a moment, considering. I believe that they suit her personality. Okay. What's your story, Algernon? Have you been in the cruise bazaar long? I have many stories. Stories of dancing spirits and raging demons, of unchecked magic and swarming chaos. All of these stories are true. As for the cruise bazaar, I've always been here, quietly peddling my wares. It's a simple life, but a good one. I don't think we're going to get much out of Algernon. He's playing his cards very close to his chest. On second thought, I've got to go. Thanks anyway. About those data tabs. Oh, David. Don't think we've talked to David. It comes... I do... Thinking about things. We're probably not going to find a lot of punching apparatus for Bigman Dan. So, the shops might be of limited value. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Cruise Bazaar street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, hoi, Bigman Dan. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I'm afraid I got some bad news for you, kid. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? Good grief. There's a lot of edgelord options here and there. We'll lie, I think. It was quick. She went peacefully. That's the most that any of us can hope for. Still a little bit edgy, isn't it? Yeah. Look, I think I want to be alone right now. Do you know where any of the data taps are, David? Can't see very far. The things don't light up unless we go very near them. I don't want to go through the dancer's bag. I talked to the dancer. Is there an option to dance? Look at those moves. Wow. Gunari met back. Doing a quick data tap scan before we talk to this man. We missed. The Romani patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavern backstale, troll. I don't know. You're here to conduct some business. If so, I welcome you to Metback arms and ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. Bigman Dan got all the guns he needs right here. Right here. Could talk to him. He might. Would he have, like, we can use grenades and medkits and things. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, guns. He has a lot of guns. He wasn't lying when he said he had a lot of guns. We could buy armor. And he has a lot of grenades as well. I can't remember how much stuff we've got. Smoke good. That's not 15% chance is not great, especially considering how often you're flanked. We know some people who use guns, but we haven't got any of them on us right now. We'll browse and then maybe come back for the armor. Could talk to this lad a bit more. Let's ask him some pointless questions. You make a purchase, you can ask as many questions as you like. The corner of his mouth twitches upwards. Make a big enough purchase. Who knows? I might even answer a few. He doesn't want to talk to us. I think I just clicked to leave, and we got more stuff. Medback's face hardens. After a brief pause, he gives you a curt nod. Very well, gotcha. But if you come round again, you come with money, and you come to buy, understand? He makes a shooting motion with his hand, waving you away. Move along now. Jadevlesa. I'm just guessing on the pronunciation of most of the things he's saying. Ooh! Another large lad. I'm gonna have to go. Sorry. I'll be back in a minute. Well, maybe I'll do another one real shortly. Just stuff going on right now. Sorry, folks.